Hello and welcome to the first episode of Dishing Diversity. I'm your host, Josh Middleton. And today we're going to discuss statistics released by the PEW Research Center that state that by the year 2042, citizens of color will compose the majority of the U.S. population. My colleague, Kristen Van Genderen, and myself asked students how this browning of the classroom would affect their overall college experience.
I had a friend who was African American. She got singled out often for the African American perspective. So I think that's probably the treatment that I would receive as a minority. I would be the white perspective. And that would be interesting because, we don't have that opportunity currently to be that focus.
I don't really see a problem with that at all. I mean, it's just the natural course of things. Whites have been the majority in this country since the inception, right? So, perhaps it'll work to kind of make people more aware of skin color, but then also to break down some of those barriers as well.
I've noticed a lot lately that Caucasians aren't the only people who are capable of being racist. Other minority cultures are very capable of being racist against Caucasians, and I would be worried that that would just increase.
Many students brought up race classes that they were currently taking at Temple, commenting on experiences they've had already feeling like a minority.
How did you feel in the race class?
I felt really uncomfortable because I felt like it was like pointing fingers and blaming people, even though I don't think it was supposed to be that way, but it just made me feel uncomfortable because other opinions aren't really allowed to be stated in an open environment.
I have heard a few students complain about a lot of the race studies professors. They are sometimes racist towards their white students, that they tend to cater towards the black students in the class. I've had friends complain that they feel like they've been graded unfairly or talked down by the teacher.
All the race classes are they're basically African American studies classes. It's focused on one minority group, and there are many other minority groups that we could also take classes in, but those aren't offered.
So one thing I noticed about interviewing the students is that they were all eager to respond to the questions in one way or another. Change is bound to come no matter what. We saw a perfect example of that in the last presidential election. One person I spoke to pretty much summed it up.
One other thing that comes up in my mind when I think about this issue is an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David when he's in the hospital talking to some black nurse about race and about racial differences, and she just says, "Hey, if we all keep fucking, we'll be the same race one day anyway. Amen."
Thanks for listening. This package was produced with the help of Kristen Van Genderen. For WJRN Radio, I am Josh Middleton.